And I want you to know one thing. It's been a pleasure. You just like to dance, don't you, Carl?
That's right.
You know, you like to dance. That was famous. Hello, welcome to 101. I'm your host, Greg Walker. I hope you tuned in last week. We had show number 1 with our guest. He's back, Donny Haskins. This is show number 2. Last week we talked about his background, born and raised here in Clarksville, and his family and his loved ones, and how he got into barbering, and we talked about his barbershops, and of course now he's the owner of A Cut Above right there at the corner of Crossland and Pageant Lane. We didn't talk any fishing. Can you believe that, with Donny Haskins? So today, we're going to talk some fishing, among other things. We had a good time, some laughs, and hope you will enjoy it. Settle back, relax, a great friend and a good man. And if you know him, you know that already. And if you don't, you're going to get to know him much better. Donny Haskins, show number 2. We'll be back with Donny right after these words.
It's the Altima and Rogue sales event
at Matthews Nissan Pre-Owned Superstore, Clarksville's favorite used car dealer.
Big savings on Altima.
17 Altima, $16,988. 14 Rogue, $18,988. 700 new and used. No payments for 90 days. 15 Versa, $99 per month. 17 Sentra, $179 per month. And all certified come with a 7-year, 100,000-mile limited warranty.
Come see us at Matthews Nissan Pre-Owned Superstore.
MatthewsNissan.com.
Life is good. Through the years, you've worked, played, and vowed to protect each other. Because you love her, you make sure you have made your final arrangements. Pre-planning protects your loved ones from the burden of making those decisions during a time of loss. At Neil Tarpley Parchman Funeral Home, services are professional, personal, dignified, and affordable.
Neil Tarpley Parchman, people who care, a name you can trust.
Donny Haskins, show number 2. Hope you tuned in last week. If not, great to have you back.
Thank you, buddy.
Man, we had fun last week.
Yeah, we did. We
talked about your background and what all you did. And,
that's right.
You know,
you were in part of it. You was the same age, running around together.
Oh, we did, man. I think the Glendale stories could go on forever.
It could. You remember Sam Malone? He had
what are you talking about?
He had a house above me, but they go from Sam's to mine.
Yeah. Sam lived there with Thomas Ware, and
yeah,
I think Danny Joe lived there a little while. Don Fox may have lived there.
He was, that's right.
He may have lived there with Spoolie Elrod.
Spoolie Elrod lived with me too.
Did he?
Yeah, him and I can't remember the other guy. Boy, he's a good guy. Yeah. His father was over the golf course or something. Baggett, was it?
Oh, yeah.
Anthony Baggett.
Anthony Baggett.
Yeah,
big old Anthony.
I don't know where Anthony went or what happened to him.
I haven't seen or heard from him in ages.
I know it. God.
Yeah, good fellow. Man, we went to Florida, and Anthony was down there one trip. I'll have to tell you about that.
Oh, boy.
Oh, it was. It was so hilarious.
I imagine so. I heard something about some of that. I can't remember.
Yeah, you did.
I did. Yeah. Spoolie, was he with you?
No, it was David Cummings and David. Frog Walden.
Yeah. Frog was part of our
Simpson,
group.
Levi. Yeah, Frog. No doubt
he
about
come
it.
There a lot.
You remember Bill Green used to come over there. You remember Bill?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's been a lot. Boy, I tell you, there's a lot of people
that basement, too, and those bedrooms.
God, I tell you. We
they all stayed busy, didn't they?
That's a darn
truth. You had to have great neighbors. I mean, think about that.
I know it, but I didn't have a problem with the neighbors.
That place was full blast all the time. Cars in and out of that drive, and we're just partying, having a good time.
Right. I'd like to tell you about the night that my neighbor called the police, but I ain't going to do it. It's too bad. It's too bad. We'd have to have a double X one for that.
We did enjoy life.
Oh, we sure did, yeah.
We didn't realize what, I guess, did
No, I didn't. What, Albright? You remember the Albright?
Philip?
Yeah,
Buff?
Philip.
Well, sure.
Well, they come over there one night.
What do you mean? They're two of my best friends.
I was in bed, and they was hammering on the door and all that, and I opened the door, and here they come in and said they're after us, and they got in an argument or something with a couple of GIs down there at McDonald's, I think, and they was big old GIs pulled that car in there and took off at me, and then I had a pistol. So I went out there and told them, I said, look, you know, we're going to have to stop it. I don't know what they've done, but you're going to have to either call the police or get out. And I finally got them out. Boy, old Albright was shaking like a dog. He was a nervous wreck. They had said something to them GIs, and they didn't care. You know how they were. Shoot.
Yeah.
That was the only incident, really, we had about fighting.
I don't
We
ever
didn't have any
remember.
fighting.
We didn't. Man, we had fun.
Eddie Bumpus.
That was
Eddie?
Well, sure, that was a fun house.
That's right. Eddie
That's
and his
exact-
brother.
Stanley.
Stanley got married. He had his honeymoon over there at my house, I think. That's where he was something else. Yeah, he did.
Yeah, that house, if it could talk, buddy, several of them.
Man, I tell you, something else.
Yeah, some pretty good card games.
Oh gosh, all the time card games, and then we ate over there a lot, cooked a lot of stuff, and
You always did.
yeah, we had deer and
Because you
fish.
were an outdoorsman, hunter,
yeah,
fisherman.
we had fish.
You know, you started at an early age. Now, I want you to be honest. Well, I'll be honest. He's definitely one of the best fishermen that's ever been around this area. There's a lot of really good ones. He's one of the best. I mean, you could have pro-routed it and all that, but you work. You don't want the pressure of that. You enjoy the fishing.
That's right. I fished a lot of tournaments and won a lot of tournaments when it was big bucks, but I didn't go on no road and all that. I could still run my business and you know, I had a good time, but I don't fish them anymore. It's really a pain.
It's a pain, isn't it?
You got to go out there and work yourself to death, and then you know you split the profit with whoever's with you, and and then you got to come in at 3 o'clock when the best time to fish and all that. Shoot, I'm at the age now. If I'm gonna put all that much energy out, I'm gonna do it for me or one of my friends.
Well, sure.
Yeah, it's really, the fishing's enjoyable more when you carry somebody that had never caught that many fish and done all that, you know.
And you've done a lot of that, haven't
Gosh, yeah, Lord have mercy. That we've done it all.
I mean,
bass fishing and every other kind of fishing.
you were telling me a great story. We're not going to say where, but you've taken a few people so the word get out. But y'all, you've done some rock fishing, where you had to even go over logs. with your
Heck, I
boat.
tell you, I fish so far up this river that you can't get it. And up the river, there's a bunch of springs.
Yeah.
And the water temperature changes to about 70, where it's 90 in the river. And these big rockfish, man, 30, 40 pounds, 25, they're in there like maggots. I swear they are. And the only way you can get to it is go up there. And boy, what I do, I got power trim on my boat, and like this is the log. I'll come up the river as fast as I can and start trimming it about here, and my motor comes up and I sail over the log. You can feel it hit it, but if I couldn't get over it with my motor like that. We've got out and pulled the boat. We've done everything. Charlie Malone even went up there with it.
You used to go fishing with Charlie.
Oh, yeah.
That was one of the thrills of his life, was catching that rockfish.
That's right. Well, we went up there, and he would cast, but he couldn't get up there far enough. So I'd hook them and hand them to him. He'd hold on to that rod, and that'd be 30-pound rockfish, and on the back seat would swivel, and he'd swivel with it and look like he's going around and around in circles. It was the funniest thing you ever seen. It was really something.
Boy, did he love to fish.
Oh, gosh. He'd never caught rockfish like it. I hadn't either. I mean, you know, I've caught some at Cheatham, but this just like, there's a place up there that you throw out there and hook one. If you lost him, there'd be another one get on it. It looked like maggots. It's unbelievable. And then one day, me and Washer went up there and found them like that.
Talking about Gene Washer.
Gene Washer. And we found them like that, and we said, look, let's just come back in the morning with Charlie, and he can catch all he wants. We went back in the morning, there wasn't a fish there, not one. They evacuated, they gone. I don't know why. I mean, I never have figured that out, but they were in there. You couldn't get out of the boat without them biting your legs. It was unbelievable.
Sort of like when carp's on the bed.
Oh yeah, they were, but we found them again. I guess they move in and out. You know, when you go up there and fish, you ain't gonna catch nothing else because they eat everything comes up there, bass, crappie, anything. They ain't no fish up there.
A lot of fun though, isn't it?
Oh gosh, they fight so hard you just wouldn't believe.
So the biggest freshwater you ever caught was one of those rockfish?
Yeah, about 40 pounds.
About 40 pounds.
And I've cleaned them. We eat them. They're good eating, but to me, they got a good flavor, but they taste like part chicken and part fish. You know, tough.
Yeah.
A lot of people love them. Grill them on the grill and all that.
What's your favorite fish to eat that you catch?
I think bluegill and shell crackers. I love bass too, but you know, people nowadays, the society is you catch a bass, you need to throw it back because it gives other people a chance to catch it. But
a lot of people think that crappie's the best to eat.
I know what they do, and see, when
I agree with you. I
know.
I don't know that I agree with that.
When I was a kid, all we did was crappie fish, me and Daddy. Daddy would clean 60, 70, 100 of them. We'd go down there.
Yeah.
And at that time, we didn't know how to fillet them and skin them with the skin, just flip them over. I had to skin them with a spoon. I mean, scale them.
That's the way I had to do it.
And he would do it, yeah.
Well, I used to clean bluegill.
That's right, with a spoon and all that. And you couldn't fillet them, they was too little. But now I can fillet every one of them, and we fillet them all.
You got it down now.
Now I sure have.
I mean, goodness.
We have a bunch of fish fries. I had one at the barber shop on a cut above down there one time, invited. We had about 300 people. Can you believe that?
Yeah.
I mean, Bobby Dirt and all of them. The mayor was there. Piper was there. Piper's a good guy. Of course,
you sort of got along with all of them.
Oh yeah, I have real well.
You know,
they all. Mary Jo was one of my favorites.
Oh, I love.
She was something. They named the street after her.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Boy, I'll tell you what she'd do. I'd need something done. She'd say, let's go on and do it. Ask forgiveness later. Do it now and ask forgiveness later.
That sounds like it too, doesn't it?
Sure was.
That was good old days, wasn't it?
I know, it was really ready.
I mean, she was something else.
She really was.
Hey, she could get it done. Hey, she's great to talk to. She had common sense.
Common sense was where it was at.
Common sense. She had common sense.
She sure did.
I think we used more of it back in those times.
I know we ain't talking fishing much, but listen, when she run for election a few years back, this guy was running against her, and he come in the shop and he said,
I don't
Donny,
even remember who it was.
I don't remember either, but he said, Donny, do you mind me standing on the corner and giving out things? And they were voting over there. I'm on the corner with it. And I said,
well, you're over 200 feet away.
Yeah, I was fine, but I told him, I said, I can't do it. Mary Jo was my friend and all that. So he got on the other corner, and I called Mary Jo. And she got Maxine and come down there, and she had balloons and helium and all that, give them all out, and all them people. And listen, she won by 4 votes. 4 votes. Can you believe that?
I can't.
That's
I don't
a true
even
story.
remember that.
Yeah, I know it. It's been a while.
Well,
But
see, I'd have let any of them do it. I couldn't have said no to any of them.
I know.
Running, I really
Well,
couldn't.
I know,
That's the bad thing.
I didn't know.
Of course, you've lived long enough and got enough money and good enough business, you could care less.
That's right.
Older you get, you don't care.
That's right, because, I didn't do anything to hurt him. I just was doing
You were just for Mary Jo.
Wouldn't that have been something if I'd let him do that and not let Mary Jo?
Donny Haskins, we're going to get him to leave the plastic alone.
I got to leave it alone. It makes too much
Show
noise.
2, segment 2, right after this.
When your heart is full of grief, the last thing on your mind are the details. At Neil Tarpley Parchman Funeral Home, we specialize in handling all the planning for the celebration of life your loved ones deserve. Neil Tarpley Parchman offers services for all faiths and veterans. In your hour of need, we care.
Neil Tarpley Parchman, people who care, a name you can trust.
Welcome back, show number 2 with Donny Haskins. This is segment 2. We've had fun. We still hadn't talked a whole lot of fishing.
Hadn't talked about fishing, but
we were talking about. We were talking about. You know.
Well, I got into that bass fishing because I was well known. Charlie Malone, all of us we started the Clarksville Bass Club. You know, we were members of that and started that up, and had tournaments and got into that, and. That was my bass fishing deal with all that stuff. Yeah. But I've always fished for everything. Like, we're fishing for catfish now. Can you believe that? We have caught catfish till we sick. A lot of people love them, and I can give them to them, you know.
Yeah.
I could clean them. I eat them, but they a lot of hard times to clean, boy. You got to skin them.
I don't want no river cat anymore.
No, I know.
I
give them away, and it don't take long.
No, I guarantee a lot of people love them.
They love them, that's right.
You know.
We're catching bluegill and shell crackers, you know.
Aren't they fun to catch?
Oh, they are. We went Monday, Gene and I had...
They on the bed?
Yeah, on the bed. 71 Monday and, 71 Sunday and 55 Monday. We quit early Monday, it was about to kill us. Had to clean all them fish.
Yeah.
But it was good, and you know, fishing's just been something I've always done. I've carried a lot of people, really, a lot of people. And
well, a lot have wanted to go with you because you're so good.
Yeah. They
also, you're easy to go with. You take your time. You're patient with them, obviously.
That's right. That's right.
You know.
It's true. And I was going to tell you that about Jim Durrett and his brother going. Rob. Stripe run up the river. And this was a long time ago. They didn't know anything about it, but I've been catching them for years and hadn't been telling me. So Bobby Durrett wanted me to carry his son, so me and his sons went up the river. And they had these spinning reels, open face things, and the line had been on them so long, when they'd throw it out there, it'd go brrr, and the big curls in their line, they couldn't do nothing. So I was catching them and handing them to them, and we got on the way back. We come down the river and looked, and it looked like Christmas. All their little lures was hanging in trees where they'd get hung up and break them off. I mean, it was just like you'd never seen anything like it.
All those lures.
They'd throw them up straight in the air. They might be 30 feet in the air on them trees.
They're going to appreciate you telling that
I know,
story.
well, it's true. Jim will tell you.
Yeah. Rob's a good man,
Rob was a good man.
Never met a Durrett I didn't like.
I know.
I don't know what that... I haven't. I mean, you know.
They're all good and polite.
Oh, great people. No, those dead and alive.
It was a good time back then.
You know.
I don't see how in the world, you know, looking back on it, I'd go if it was sub-zero, catch a fish, sauger, throw it in the bottom of a boat, and it moved like that and be froze. I ain't kidding you, we went. And I had little heaters put in the boat. I couldn't do it again, I don't guess.
I wonder how much money you spent fishing.
Lord, everything I ever made, I imagine. It had to tie it into it. Fishing boats would cost a fortune now, you know.
But you couldn't take anything for the memories, could you?
No, I'll tell you, I wouldn't be what I am today if it hadn't been for that. I mean, really, because you gotta respect everybody and all that stuff and change. There's a lot of people that think different than me and you, Greg.
Well, sure.
I mean, just unbelievable.
I mean, well, we're just down to earth who we are.
That's right.
All the time. Some people like it, some don't, but I'm going to be, like you say, we're too old not to be.
You got a ton of friends, and I do too. And
no question about that.
It's going to be...
Thank the Lord for that.
That's right.
You know, thank the Lord for that. What is the most fun fishing? If you just want to, what is the most fun fishing for you?
Well, I think probably catching them shell crackers. and I can carry kids with me, and they can catch them, and it's just a lot of fun. But that rock fishing is pretty fun. Nobody else can do it but you know.
Yeah.
And you go up there and jump them logs and all that. First time I carried Washer up there, his eyes was that big around. I ain't kidding you. He was sitting in the middle of the boat one. I told him get back. You know how he was. It's all right.
You and Gene.
I hit that log and he was back in the back, right there, knocked him plumb back in the back of the boat. Me and Gene's been fishing
a lot together. Hey.
He's a good one. He's a good guy.
Yeah, and when he retired,
oh yeah,
boy,
we went then on. He's got a little job now. He helps out a friend, and he's about to give it up because now it's a good time to fish. See, so we're trying to go with one. He needs to have a big fish fry because we got to fish, and you know.
If you had a fish fry, what would you have?
I'd cook those bluegill because we caught over 2,000 bluegill last year. You can ask him. Can you imagine that?
Really?
Over 2,000. He kept them count on it. So I mean, you could feed a world with that. I caught tons of catfish and crappie. I caught a lot of crappie, but crappie. You know, when you get on up here to our age, you try to do something that's fun, and it's just as fun to catch a bluegill and a shell cracker as it is to catch a crappie. But crappie's harder. You got to get out there and bump the bottom with them drop-offs and line them up and everything, which is good. But bluegill, when they're spawning, they'll bite anything they throw it at.
When's the willow flies gonna hatch?
Oh, that's what I was going to tell you. They hatch about last part of June. Me and Washer was up there one day in this little bay and catching them, and they wasn't biting real good. And we looked across to another bay and saw fish jumping way over there. So we went over there, and it was a willow fly hatch down this side of this thing. Good Lord, we caught 100 bluegill, great big bluegill before we could even move. They were just, you could throw it at everything. We got to using willow flies for bait. It was unbelievable.
Donny Haskins, show 2, stretch run after this.
It's the Altima and Rogue sales event
at Matthews Nissan Pre-Owned Superstore, Clarksville's favorite used car dealer.
Big savings on Altima.
17 Altima, $16,988. 14 Rogue, $18,988. 700 new and used, no payments for 90 days. 15 Versa, $99 per month. 17 Sentra, $179 per month. And all certified come with a 7-year, 100,000-mile limited warranty.
Come see us at Matthews Nissan Pre-Owned Superstore.
MatthewsNissan.com.
Stretch run, show 2. They flew by, didn't they?
Boy, we went through them quick, didn't we?
I mean, my goodness.
We got
so
a lot
much
to talk about.
Like you said, we could talk several shows.
There's still a lot.
Yeah. You know, when am I going to get some deer jerky?
I know.
I don't want mine as salty.
I know you don't.
Yours are great. You make it all.
Yeah, we make it, and I just about, well, I make it for my friends now. But
Well, I know.
I used to make it for the military because the military wives started coming. They come in there, and I'd give them a bag of jerky to send to their husbands. And gosh, it got so big that they kept asking for it, and I was killing deer, and I killed about 20 deer a year or more, make it all in jerky, and would send it to them. My mother was living with me, and she helped with the jerky. She would, I would cut it and put it on the dryers, and she'd turn it over and work on it and do this, put it in bags. And they wrote an article about us in Leaf Chronicle. We got a big article of my mother standing there with the jerky. But my mother loved it. She'd tell you, oh, it's a lot of work. I'd come home, and if I didn't have a deer, she'd just mope around. And then when I'd come home with a deer, she'd be at the door. She'd say, oh, Lord, not another deer. That's exactly what she said. And, and you know, she loved to do it. And then she passed, and it's just hard to do it anymore on a big term like that.
Well,
That had a helicopter pilot out there used to come and get it and drop it over Afghanistan. I like that.
okay.
Yeah. And then I got a lot of emails from them, One of them said, send more jerky. We set a trap for the Taliban and caught 3. I tell you, we've done a lot of stuff.
Cut above the corner of Paget Lane and Crossland Avenue. You've been there how long now?
I've been there 35 years. Can you believe that?
That's hard to believe.
It is, I swear.
Been cutting hair 54.
I know.
Good.
That's right.
Great.
I run from hair, and then I was over at the Plaza Shopping Center, and then over there. It's a good life.
That Plaza, it had some stories in it too.
Oh
didn't
gosh, I guess so. Boy.
You've
Red
had some...
Wallace was working over there. He was working for me, and he come to work one morning. There was a big hallway down there. I heard this come and looked, and he was on roller skates. He rolled in there and got behind his chair and started cutting hair on them roller skates. I swear he did. Craziest thing you ever heard. He sure did. He was a bird now.
Yeah, that's an understatement.
It was.
He was a good barber and just didn't stay in it.
No, he couldn't stay in it. It's just too many temptations, I guess.
Yeah, red was red, wasn't it?
Red was red.
Well, we've seen all of it, hadn't we, Donny? I mean, what hadn't we seen?
I don't know. That was a character for a barber.
I mean, think all the characters we've had come through Clarksville.
Willie Roach.
Oh,
I had Willie Roach. I'll tell you about that if you want me to. Willie Roach was he shoe shine shoes for us. He was a big bad guy. He golden gloves. He boxed in and all that. Well, my daughter Susie, she was dating this guy at the time. Was dating this guy, and they'd get in fights, and he'd slap her around. Well, his mother called me. And he said that she needed to go to the hospital. She cut her arm in the glass door. So I went up there and I got her out of the car of him.
Put Bubba on Willie.
And then I went down and I told Willie Roach about it. He said, well, I'll take care of that. I said, well, look, I got $100. You just, every time you see him, at least once or twice a week, you just go over and slap the fire out of him. And tell him if he ever sees her again, it's the way it is. And that's a true story. We couldn't do that now for nothing.
Hey, buddy, it's been a lot of fun with you. I want you to know that. I appreciate you and love you.
Well.
Hey, who takes care of this?
Ain't that the truth? But I tell you one thing. All my kids, when you mention Willie Roach, they know what the heck you're talking about. That's a family name.
I guarantee you that.
Yeah, I take care of you. You're the roughest looking thing when you let that beard grow out I ever seen.
I like you keep it tight.
Yeah, I know it.
You do a great job.
Well,
many times.
I've cut tons of them, so,
Well, you're special to me, though.
I appreciate it.
Very special. Hope all you folks have enjoyed the last 2 weeks and have a nice rest of the day.